Hello everybody, so it's time for the winter special. I believe we have 10 submissions that fit the criteria that I submitted, and there isn't any rules on the screen right now because for this special we don't have rules. I'm rating them on 1 to 10 based on how much they fill in with like the theme based on either coziness or the specifications. And this one gets a 10 because the whole winter thing we understood. It even have a very nice wintry coat that looks very good for it. Like there's even a nice beard that should help a bit with the coziness and the heat. He's clearly even the unusual effect to like hide him in the snow so you can like snipe without being seen. It's clearly camouflage. There's even like the paint to camouflage, and even more when he's like lying down in the snow ready to snipe some stuff. I mean, overall this is pretty much what I asked for, so getting a 10 there. So the next one here doesn't really fit my specifications per se, because there's no like Blizzardy Storm effect, and it is done on loadout the TF, so it would have been very easy to add Blizzardy Storm and Frostbite. So that kind of deducts a few like points in the coziness, because that would have just like on point there. But the cosmetics, the choice and all that still fits very nicely. Like very cozy loadout. I believe there's actually used 4 cosmetics here, maybe more. Is it 5? Is it 6 cosmetics? I mean, he's really packed on for winter with all those cosmetics, like really keeping the heat on. So I mean, gotta deduct the points, especially for cheating there as well by using too many cosmetics, but still giving it 8 points, all things considered. So this one is a very basic, nice idea that I really like. It really follows my specifications. It's a bit a shame that like the animation isn't changed, because it looks a bit weird that he's not holding anything. Would have been nice if he had the fist up, like ready to make some snowball. I don't know. Could also have had a frostbite there. I'm still giving it a 9. Like I like it. Could have had like frostbite or one of the other things, and it would have been a 10 for sure. But it's still kind of cozy, so still gets that 9. I didn't think I would be giving out troll points for like this special, but this one just like top troll points. He was supposed to go to Paris. He landed probably North Pole, and well, there's a polar bear. Well, what you gonna do? It tries to use his weapon. It's frozen. Well, he tried. So definitely getting max points for trolling there, which should be 11, even though we're having a special without that kind of point system. So just getting the 11 because it's above the max points, which is like 10 normally, and then even more trolly in terms of giving it points. So I'll give it that much. And this one is a bit interesting. Like, you may notice first that the unusual effect looks a bit weird there. That's because like transparent background does that to unusual effects on loadout the TF. However, like, I don't understand the instrument, because that's a more, I'm thinking like rainforests, jungle stuff in that direction, with that like warm thoughts basically, and not so much wintry coziness. I mean, yes, warm thoughts, but that's not really like cozy winter thoughts in that sense. So other than that, it's pretty much perfect. It's pretty much what I asked for, so giving it 9 points. I really like what was going on for this loadout, but there are a few like issues. Like, load out the TF anyways. Could as well like slap a frostbite in the back, right? Like, make sure it's perfect. The other thing that like I want to point out, because I have seen it like on his left hand, there's some clipping going on, but I'm not gonna like nitpick on that. Like, gonna ignore that. Still getting 10 points. Very nice loadout. Really like the idea that's going on. Very cozy, and that pretty much what I asked for, right? So I'll give him that. This one is like, it have a cozy feeling to it, even though there's only used 1 winter cosmetics, which is the isolated Inventor. But it still kind of gives that crazy scientist or crazy inventor feeling to it, with the hand, all father. And then he lost it. He's gonna invent something out in the snow, and he just lost it. That's the feeling this gives off. So I'm probably gonna give it 7, 6, maybe 5 points. I don't know. Can't really tell, but it gives good cozy feeling nonetheless, so I'll give it that much. So this one is actually a bit more interesting, because I believe that it have, like, aside from the theme that I was requesting, where everything had to be winter themed, that we're gonna go in this episode, like winter special, I think this one is supposed to be Scrooge, you know, like the guy that got visited by 3 ghosts around Christmas time. And even though I did say I didn't really want any Christmas stuff, you know, I could be incorrect there, but I think it's still a nice subtlety, a nice thought going that way. And other than that, the Ebenezer with like some snow on top of it, with the Blizzardy Storm, thinking out of the box and actually like something that a lot of people don't do, even though I allow it, add an unusual effect, even though none of the items can be unusual that you currently have. So I really like that, and this is one of those cases where I also think a Frostbite wouldn't have looked so good. So, you know, this is pretty much perfect in that sense. It even have that little twist of a theme. So, you know, this definitely earns 10 points. Like, I can't say anything against it in that sense. So this is one of the better loadouts submitted for sure. So let's assume that the black box is actually loaded with snowballs. Then this one gets a pretty solid 9. It sadly doesn't have an unusual effect, as you can see, but if it had, it would get a 10. Like a Blizzardy Storm on that thing, definitely 10. Other than that, it looks like he's ready for snow day. Like, he's got his snowball launcher, basically. Especially the way he holds it. It does look like he's ready to fight as a rocket launcher. Like, if there were actually rockets in that thing, then you probably wouldn't be holding it like that. But probably not even loaded with snowballs, but damn right he's ready for it. Like, who knows, like, maybe he just, you know, flips it upside down, drag it along the ground, and then flip the lid on it, and then fires it, and then it goes out the maybe back end or front end, depending on, you know, what end he closes it at, and then just basically fires a like avalanche of snow at basically the ones you're having a snowball fight with. I could see that going very well. So, you know, getting 9 for basically a smooth loadout with that basically actually made me get that idea that it was supposed to be a snowball launcher somehow. I'm afraid I'll have to give this 5 points. The only thing really going for this in terms of winter is the isolated Inventor, because I specifically asked not to go in the terms of, you know, Christmas or too Christmassy, and the well wrapped hat kinda gives off a too Christmas vibe. Like, maybe if it had been painted white with the isolated Inventor also painted white, it would be a bit more, you know, wintry, a bit more cozy in it. But as it is there, it's not really talking to me, so I can only give it the 5 points, and, you know, it's a bit of a shame. There were a few loadouts like this, actually, that were too Christmassy in my opinion, but that a lot of those were made in loadout.tf, so I just took this because at least it were in-game. But, you know, I hope you guys enjoyed this winter special, and hopefully it gave you guys some ideas for basically good winter loadouts. And I hope to see you again next time.